Welcome to the world of NLP. Your transformation starts here.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Kim Brown, and during this masterclass, we're going to explore the basics of Neuro Linguistic Programming, NLP. So, this is about understanding how your mind works and how to change the patterns that are holding you back. This short presentation will give you practical tools that you can use immediately. So, let's begin. Think about your smartphone or your cell device. You update it regularly. New features, better security, improved performance. But when was the last time you updated your thinking? Most of us are running mental software that was installed decades ago. Beliefs formed in childhood, habits learned from parents, reactions programmed by past experiences. NLP is the software update for your brain. It helps you identify outdated programs and replace them with ones that actually work. So NLP stands for three things. Neuro, how you think. This is about your brain, your nervous system, how you process information, and how you create meaning. Linguistic, how you communicate both with others and, more importantly, with yourself. The words you use shape your reality. And programming, how your habits and patterns form. Your behaviors and reactions are programmed, which means they can be reprogrammed. NLP is the science of understanding and changing these patterns. It's based on psychology, neuroscience, and decades of research. NLP shows up everywhere in your daily life. It explains why you procrastinate when you know that you should be working or doing other tasks, why your confidence disappears right before very important presentations, or why certain conversations always seem to go wrong, why you repeat the same patterns even when you know they don't work, and why stress affects you differently than it affects others. All of these are mental patterns, and NLP gives you the tools to understand and change them. Here's something important to understand. Scientists estimate that 95% of your thoughts and actions are unconscious. You're on autopilot most of the time. Consider that. You're on autopilot most of the time. Now, this is useful for tasks like driving or brushing your teeth, but it's not useful when it comes to how you respond to stress, how you talk to yourself, how you react in difficult situations, or how you make important decisions. If you're running on outdated programming, you'll keep getting the same results. NLP helps you become aware of these unconscious patterns so you can make conscious choices instead. Your mind creates your reality through a specific process. In an event, which leads to a meaning, which creates emotion. That drives action, which produces results. So here's an example. Two people receive critical feedback at work. Same event. Person A thinks, I'm not good enough. I'm going to fail. This creates anxiety and stress. They avoid their boss and stop taking risks. Eventually, they leave or get fired. Person B thinks, this is helpful feedback for improvement. This creates motivation. They take action, improve, and get promoted. Same event, different meaning, different outcome, different result. You control the meaning that you assign to events. NLP teaches you how to assign meanings that actually serve you. What you say to yourself matters more than what anyone else says to you. Negative self-talk sounds like this. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. I always mess up. This creates a negative reality because your brain believes what you tell it. Positive self-talk sounds different. I'm still learning. I'm building the skill. I learn from every experience. Notice this isn't about being unrealistic. It's about being accurate. You are learning. You are building skills. The words you use shape your emotions, which in turn shapes your actions and your results. Your brain's not fixed. There's an old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But science has proven this completely wrong. Your brain has neuroplasticity, which means it constantly rewires itself based on your thoughts and experiences. Every new thought creates a new neural pathway. Every new behavior strengthens that pathway. Eventually, it becomes automatic. If you've been thinking that you're stuck being the way you are, well, that's not true. Your brain can change, and NLP gives you the tools to direct that change. So limiting beliefs are stories that you tell yourself that actually hold you back. Common examples include, I'm too old to change, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not a natural leader, or I don't have what it takes. These beliefs feel true, but that doesn't mean they are true. They're just stories you've repeated so often that you've started believing them. Once you believe something, you look for evidence to support it. So if you believe you're not good enough, you'll notice every mistake and ignore all the evidence to the contrary. NLP helps you identify these beliefs, question them, and replace them with empowering alternatives. So most limiting beliefs were formed in childhood. A parent said you were shy, so you believed it. A teacher said you weren't good at maths, so you internalized it. You failed at something once, and then you decided you weren't good at it. And then you carried that belief for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Beliefs are shaped by childhood experiences or what authority figures told you, cultural messages, past experiences, and what you told yourself about failures, both yours and others. But none of these beliefs are permanent. Just because you learned them doesn't mean you must keep them. NLP teaches you how to unlearn what no longer serves you. NLP reframing is one of the most powerful NLP tools. It's easy, and you simply take a situation or a belief and change the perspective around it. So examples include, I failed. Well, instead of saying I failed, you could say, I got feedback. Instead of I made a mistake, you could say, I learned a lesson. And instead of this is a problem, you may say, well, actually, this is an opportunity. Instead of I'm stuck, you'll say, I'm preparing for a breakthrough. Same situation, different perspective, different emotion, and therefore different action, different result. Reframing doesn't mean ignoring reality, but it does mean choosing to see situations in ways that empower you rather than defeat you. Language patterns are a massive part of NLP. And small changes in language create big shifts in experience. So instead of saying, I have to go to work, you may say, I choose to go to work, or I get to go to work. Saying I have to makes you feel trapped. Saying I get to or I choose to reminds you that you have agency. Instead of I can't do this, what if you asked, how can I do this? You shift from a very closed statement to an open question, and your brain immediately starts looking for solutions instead of feeling this is impossible. So instead of saying this is impossible, maybe you could say this is challenging, or I'm figuring it out. That way you're acknowledging difficulty, but without giving up. They're tiny shifts that will compound over time to completely change your experience, which also changes your emotion, which changes your actions and changes your outcome. Most people misunderstand how confidence works. They think confidence, then action. And they believe they need to feel confident before they can do something. But the real formula is action leads to experience, which builds confidence. So you take the action even when you're scared. You gain experience, and then you build confidence. You don't need confidence first. You build confidence through action. So if you've been waiting to feel confident before starting that business or having that awkward conversation, stop waiting. Take action. Confidence will follow. So NLP has powerful applications in business. It improves leadership communication. It improves how you inspire teams and gives motivating feedback. It enhances sales conversations, how you connect and gain rapport with clients and actually understand their needs. It strengthens team motivation and creates cultures where people want to perform. It brings decision-making clarity, cutting through noise to make confident choices. It addresses productivity patterns, understanding why you procrastinate, and helping you build better habits. It sharpens negotiation skills, creating win-win deals and communicating value. For business owners and entrepreneurs, NLP is a competitive advantage. NLP is equally powerful for health and well-being. It reduces stress by helping you understand triggers and reprogram responses. It builds better habits by revealing why you reach for unhealthy options and how to change those patterns. It develops emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and stay grounded during chaos. It supports health goals, whether that's weight loss, fitness, or better sleep, by aligning your mindset with your objectives. It helps break unhealthy patterns like smoking, emotional eating, or excessive drinking. Your mind and your body are connected. So when you change your thinking, you change your health. Let me share a client story. Sarah came to me stuck in a job she hated, paralyzed by self-doubt, lying awake, replaying every message. She was stressed, exhausted, going through the motions. So she learned NLP tools, reframing, changing her self-talk, understanding her patterns. And within the first 6 months after completing NLP training, Sarah had left her job and started her own business. She went from someone who couldn't speak up in meetings without shaking to someone who confidently pitched and closed deals. She really became the most phenomenal entrepreneur. And she told me, I didn't change who I am. but I did change how I think. And that's the power of NLP. It's not about becoming someone else, but it's about removing the mental blocks that actually hold you back. In turn, you will evolve, but you don't necessarily become someone else, just an upgraded version of you. So here are 3 tools that you can use immediately. First, reframing. When something doesn't go your way, simply ask yourself, what's another way to see this? What's the lesson? How can this serve me? The second way is to ask better questions. Instead of asking, why can't I? How about you start asking, how can I? Your brain always answers the questions that you ask it. So ask better questions. And the third way, intentional self-talk. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Treat yourself like you'd treat your best friend, with kindness, encouragement, and belief. These 3 tools alone can transform your life. So let's summarize the key takeaway points. Your thoughts create your reality. If you want different results, start by changing your thinking. Your language shapes your emotions. The words you use matter, so choose them wisely. Change is always possible. Your brain is not fixed. You can reprogram old patterns and create new ones. You do not need to stay stuck. Limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, and unhelpful patterns can all be changed with the right tools. Small shifts create big results. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with one reframe, one better question, one intentional self-talk moment, and build from there. If what you've heard through this masterclass resonates with you, if you want to go deeper and master these tools, I offer NLP practitioner training and master NLP practitioner training. These are comprehensive programs that teach all the beginner and advanced techniques and frameworks to become a master NLP practitioner. Whether you want to use it for yourself, in your business, to help yourself or help others, this training will transform your life. These QR codes on the slides provide all the details about the upcoming enrollments and schedules. This is your opportunity to upgrade your mind, reprogram your limiting beliefs, change your limiting patterns, and step into the version of yourself that you've always wanted to be. If you simply want to book a call, click on the QR code on the right and have a chat with me. Thank you for your time today. Remember this: change your thoughts, change your language, change your life. That's what NLP is all about. And now you have some simple tools to begin. If you have questions or want to connect, my contact information is on the slide as well as in the descriptions. Go out and reprogram your mind for success. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.